Yo, what's up, chads? Welcome back. Today we're gonna be talking about The Last of Us Part 2 review, okay? And I wanna get right into it. If you're new here, I cover all the big gaming news, so if a chat like you isn't into that, then subscribe. And first things first, I wanna talk about people you do not wanna believe. This section, the devil itself, you do not wanna believe this, alright? But first things first, I wanna actually let you know what we're gonna talk about in this video. We're gonna take a look at the user review. We're gonna be talking about what the community sentiment is. And I wanna make this very clear. I'm a huge Naughty Dog fan, okay? No troll. I swear, I'm a Naughty Dog fan, okay? And I also played The Last of Us Part 1. I played mostly all of their games, the Uncharted series. And every time I play the game, I feel empty. In fact, I adore that series, and my love for that series always grows every time I play that series. And in fact, every time I play it, I do not want that series to end. I want more. I'm that type of fan. So no troll for me. Play The Last of Us Part 2, and I will say don't buy this game. At least for now, like, you want to watch the gameplay, and if you like it, hey, buy the game. Because I'm the type of guy, I hope people enjoy this game, because the way 2020 is going so far, absolutely, like, we're in a disastrous state, guys. So of course there are people enjoying the game, there are people who are hating this game. There are two types of people right now. People are like, hey, how can you even enjoy this game? And there are people who are like, hey, how can you even hate this game? I'm like, just don't go after people who are enjoying the game. If they're enjoying the game, if you are enjoying the game, more power to you. In fact, I want you to enjoy. I'm not here to actually do that, but these are the people. Next time you're looking for a review, you don't want to look for a review from these people. You want to go with Angry Joe, and I would say Skill Up too, dog. Like, Skill Up had balls, bro. Had balls. Like, got an early copy, still said did not enjoy the game. So next time I would go with Skill Up. You know, mad props to Skill Up. And you know, like, these reviews, 100 out of 100. Like, look at that. Like, no 90, no 80, no 70, just straight up 100 out of 100. Like, these people, of course, 95, whatever. They were just like, you know what, we wanna actually not give it 100, so people kind of come to us next time, right? Like, but these reviews are not, like, you do not want to be in this place, okay? Like, these reviews, paid reviews, you want to actually go in the community reviews. And I agree with a lot of you out there. You will be like, yeah, Skizzle, people are just memeing, people are trolling. 0 out of 10, you know that, like, people are trolling, people are just putting for the sake of putting that score. But I'm actually gonna tell you why, like, at least this guy is not trolling. I will also show you some mixed reviews. I would say these are more like credible. Like, you know, they are given a lot of reasons why they feel the way they feel, and I kind of sympathize with them and whatnot. And I need to clarify something. I am not against diversity. You know what, Ellie and Dina, dude, whatever. I don't care, dude. I really don't care. It's a video game. You want to have diversity, just put it in, but make it subtle, make it not forced. Like, they are shoving this down people's throat. This game, people are saying this game is influenced by SJW. People are saying that this game is influenced by SJW. This game is not influenced by SJW. This game is the whole SJW deal. It's the whole SJW deal. And allegedly, Druckman kind of went in raw and mocapped and went in Abby, you know, raw, no spit, no lube, and that's like, bruh, like, this was disgusting. And this kind of shows you the double standard Sony has. Like, you know what, developer number B, they're like, you know what, you cannot have these type of scenes in your game, you know, no Easter eggs, we do not want, you know, young people watch that, young people play that. But developer number Naughty Dog, they can actually have that. Not even have that, but actually mocap. This was mocap, dog. Like, this was mocap. So this kind of shows you how pathetic Sony is at times. Like, I'm a Sony pony. And if you play on Xbox, do not laugh in the comments. Don't laugh. But some ordinary gamers, okay, I made sure to smash the like button. Dude, he says 3.4 is that score still seems a bit higher. 3.4. You definitely want to take reviews from some ordinary gamers. You know, the guys that, gee, I love this man, but he thinks 3.4 is high. Now, let's take a look at some of the reviews. Of course, I want to take a look at the 0 out of 10. Is this a troll? Maybe. This guy says, they destroyed my favorite story game. I'm so sad. TBH, all the social justice horror should be erased from human mind. It's destroying everything. I don't think this is a troll. I think this guy's being genuine. You might not agree, and that's perfectly fine. This guy says, there is only one part for The Last of Us. This company made me love games when I was younger. Dude, that point hits home. That resonates with me. Like, I played Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4 when I was young. Replayed them, all of them just recently, and I love them, man. I absolutely love them. I played The Last of Us Part 1 just like 3-4 days ago at this point. So, I'm gonna talk about my ratings, and I'm gonna give you my review in a sec. But you gotta understand, there were people who played this game 7 years ago that were anticipating, that were expecting this, okay? And they waited 7 years. Now she made me hate them, but most important, the company itself. Good job, Neil. I hope you're proud. Worst game of the generation. 10 out of 10 in that scale. Gives a 0. I won't say this game is a 0 though. I don't think this game is a 0, but I understand why people are giving it a 0. This guy says, oh boy, where'd you begin? Gives a 4. So you know what? I would say this is not a troll. If you're like me, you played The Last of Us Part 1 way back during its release on the PS3. I played it 3-4 days ago. But that game, dude, it was magic. Like the bonding, like the father and daughter relationship, dude, just, it was magical. It was beyond, bro. Like they, what I would say is that The Last of Us 2 destroyed what Last of Us 1 helped build. The game had stunning graphics, great sound, good gameplay, but the things that made it one of the best games on the platform was the beauty of the level designs, and above that, the magnificent storyline involving two of the main characters with their struggle to survive and make sense of the world. Their recipe landed it the game of the year back then on the PS3 and then again on the PS4 when it was released as a remastered version, which I also bought. I had 2 The Last of Us 1 copies, total spanning 2 systems. That was just how good it was. And you can tell this guy is not a troll. Gives like a fair amount of review. And now let's take a look at some of the mixed reviews. Now these are no trolls. I read some of them here. I'm only gonna talk about this one and this one. This guy says, I live in New Zealand. After playing through the game, I simply cannot understand how this game received a 95 out of 100 meta score. Positives. This guy gives the positives. And keep in mind, he says the gameplay is good. And personally, I would give this game also a 5 out of 10. If I wasn't doing YouTube, if I wasn't being objective, I want to be objective, you know, like, I want to be critical of the game. But if I wasn't being, and I played like Last of Us Part 1 and I started playing Last of Us 2 and the way it was going, I would give it 1 out of 10. I sympathize. I see where people are coming from with the 0, but I don't think the game is a 0. Dude, the graphics, the animations, the cutscenes, the voice acting, the acting in this game, next level. They set a new standard. And if any of you guys say, hey, like those were bad, this and that, you're wrong, okay? You're wrong. You're trolling, okay? You're trolling. Dude, they set a new standard. There is nothing on the market that comes close to what they did with this game, right? Like in the first 2 hours, you can see the look on the Abby face, and you can look at it and you clearly can tell something bad gonna happen. And then the golf club happened. Of course, no spoiler. If you have not played the game, you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even know. But if you have looked at the spoilers, you know what I'm talking about, right? But if you haven't, you do not know what I'm saying. But you can tell something gonna happen. That's how good the acting in this game. That's how good the animations are in this game. Visuals, stunning. Production, 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. Nobody's denying that, right? But the negatives, characters. A lot of unlikable characters. Character development not even existing. The plot, the ending. And I watched the ending, dog. I watched the ending. It's a spit on fans' face. They destroyed what Last of Us 1 helped build. Last of Us Part 1 had heart. It had soul. It had that father and daughter relationship that felt magical. That it had heart, dude. It had courage. It just felt right. It felt right. The writing destroys this game. The writer Neil Druckmann says this game is about hate and revenge. However, you never get revenge. You're with a game which is anticlimactic. Facts. Raw facts. This guy says, while The Last of Us Chapter 2 does offer extraordinarily good environments, occasionally strong plot, better gameplay, I say gameplay, so far I'm 7 hours in, and of course I've seen the ending and all that. Like, the gameplay, at least so far, it's not good. At least for me. Yes, there are some exciting moments, but overall, it's basically like The Last of Us Part 1, but I enjoy Last of Us Part 1 gameplay more. I think the reason for that is because the game came out 7 years ago and the gameplay is kind of tight. It's punchier. It's like, There are a lot more zombies to kill, and the story is progressing because this game is like 20 to 25 hours long, and there is a lot of bland moments. Like there are no zombies. Of course there are zombies, but compared to The Last of Us Part 1, like I don't see zombies in this game, you know? It's like enemies are very few in between as well. So this game, gameplay wise, at least for me, I would say 5 out of 10. Gameplay 5 out of 10, very bland. 10 out of 10 animation, graphics, all that production aspect, but the story is like 2 out of 10, at least for me. The story, bad. And you gotta understand one thing, that golf club scene, I did not want that to happen. Of course, nobody wanted that to happen. They just went in, right? But I'm the type of guy, I'm like, you know what, they want to have like, they want to shock the player, they want to do this and that, whatever, do it, but at least make the ending be rewarding. Just have that payoff, but there is none of that. That's why the story, at least for me, is a 2 out of 10, and in the coming hours and the coming days, weeks, you will see a lot of that from the community. You know, you want to trust the community, and not like these paid reviews. It says, and a brutal atmosphere, it is very often, and my point here is that this guy's not a troll. Says that it has occasionally strong plot, and I see why he says that. Better gameplay. I don't think it's better gameplay than the original, but this guy says that. My point, he's not trolling. And a brutal atmosphere, it is very often overshadowed by the failure of the very thing it promises most. Story, character logic, and decision making is often sacrificed in order to push a certain idea or themes. And I'm not even against like any of the spicy scenes, of course, except for this one. This is just the Sony double standards. This game is not just influenced by SJW. This game is the SJW itself. I am all up for diverse characters. Ellie and Dina, you know, whatever. That is totally fine, dude. Totally fine. Of course, you're still kind of like pushing the agenda out. But this one, dog, raw, like no lube, like no spit, dog, like just raw. Neil Druckmann. And this was mocap, dog. Mocap. Seriously, it's a spit on fans' face. It's a spit on what Last of Us 1 helped build. The plot, which in the process makes the story seem significantly more absurd than it should. Furthermore, there are few instances of character development built up in the last game only to be completely ignored. In this one, I feel that the game both tried and almost succeeded, yet ultimately failed at attempting to make me sympathize with certain characters who had done truly horrible things. In the end, it is your typical revenge plot with the cliche of all violence is bad. Nothing new or bold happens other than a grotesque amount of violence. It is by no means the worst game of the year, but it is also nowhere near the outstanding achievement that many people are making out to be. Spitting straight facts, drops mic, and I would give 5 out of 10. I would give 5 out of 10. I know it's still high. It's still high. I totally understand that, but visuals, production, out of this world. It is the best game in that regards on the market. And I will say this, that if you're somebody who's looking to buy and haven't bought this game, I hope you enjoy, but hold on to that cash, okay? Hold on to that cash. Watch some gameplay, but the problem with that, I think, is that, of course, if you're watching gameplay, you do not want to be spoiled, and you will look at the gameplay. The gameplay is amazing, so that will make you buy the game, dog. That will make you buy the game. So I'm not sure. I mean, do your own due diligence. Do your own research. If you played The Last of Us Part 1, the chances are you're gonna like the game. I think a lot of people will like the game, and there's nothing wrong with that. I hope people like the game, but the story is just not, man. I was looking forward to the story. I think people who are in this game for the story, they are not gonna like this. But if you're in for the gameplay, for the visuals, something new, something different, I think you will like this game. That's, of course, I'm assuming that. Let me know your thoughts below. Let me know your reviews in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out, stud muffins.